Hi, it's Mandy again. Seems kind of strange. I did a video earlier of my 1-year lock update, but now while I'm waiting for that one to export and upload, I am going to show you how I make these lock extensions from my loved one's hair. Like, for example, this one is my daughter's hair that she recently cut, and I made it into a really long extension so that I can carry her with me all the time. And this one is another extension. This one is from my boyfriend, and this is actually his beard. I made that one into a really great extension too, and I just love these. They're so strong. I just love having bits of people that I love next to me all the time. My son, just last night, cut his hair, and I'm going to use that and make an extension and add it somewhere over here from hair from my son. So I just wanted to show you how I do that. And hopefully, I know this lighting kind of sucks. My house is really dark. But hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And this is the hair we're going to be working with. This was his little ponytail. And this is just a ball of additional hair that was cut off that I'm going to kind of weave in just to make sure that I have enough. I'm pretty sure this is, but I'm going to add some of this too, and I'm going to show you how I do that. So first, let me put a towel down. And I hope you'll be able to see. I got a light towel so that way you can see the hair and how I work it. And my trusty little dread kit. With my regular extensions, these, I did a combination of twist and rip, a little bit of back combing to lock it in, and I crocheted them. With the hair that is from my donated hair, it's not long enough to do the other methods. So I'll show you what I do. Mainly they're just crocheted. Voila. Okay. And today I'm going to be using a 0.75 millimeter hook. And I'll show you what we do. Okay, so this was his beautiful little ponytail braid. I just took the bands off and unbraided it. And this is that pile of various pieces of hair. And I didn't think there was going to be very much, but honestly, this is a ton of hair. This is a lot. So this will probably make at least 2 extensions. So what I'm going to do is split it apart about half. Really, I think I'm going to do it in thirds. It's pretty thick. Let's see here. Almost 4. So what I've done is I've taken about half of it and pulled it into 2 parts. So this is 1/4 a piece, so that way I can extend it and make a longer extension like this. And I have done the same with the other part. If you can see that laid out, let me move these over just a touch. There. I think you can see that. And I've kind of laid it out like that. We're going to attach each of those, and what I'm going to do with this is add bits of it. See, they're different lengths. This one's like 2.5, maybe 3 inches. Some of it's a little smaller, but I'm going to get little bits of it and add within the other lock, or the other section that I have, so that I can make it stronger and a little thicker. And this is going to make 2 lovely locks. of just putting bits of hair here and bits of hair there, because you'll wind up using nearly all of it. Now I have a little ball left, our little section, glob, handful, whatever you call this. So I'm going to set this to the side just in case we need it for something else. First thing to do is to get one of the sections. Just set that one over there for later. And I am going to kind of mix those up a little bit, laying here on here, just kind of sort of palm rolling them. It's going to come out a little flat, but what I'm doing is I'm mixing the hair together. Before I get started. So that way it kind of already gets a little mixed. You do that just a little bit until you get it a little bit mixed, and then you kind of go it a little bit harder. Now if it was all just one length of hair, you could totally skip this step. There we go. I think that will do for us to start working. Now, I hold the crochet hook with the thumb on the outside where the writing is, just like that. And what I'm going to do is pull it straight through and then pull it out, over and over like that, while I am twisting around this top part. I'm pulling it out, going back in all the way through, pulling it out and going through again and again until it starts to get tight, and then I'll go in and out a couple of times, up and down, and then pull the needle out. Put it back in a different place, pull some hair out, and just continue doing that for just a little bit, so that way I can get most of this hair right here to kind of connect together. That's the purpose of doing it this way right now. And you have to do it a lot. You got to go in and out and in and out, and until you start to get some of it to stick together. Since you're unable to dread it up with a comb or by doing the twist and rip method, you've got to get these hairs to lock in with the crochet hook. And as you can see, I'll have to grab this whole pile thing up here to show you, but as you can see, it's starting to make itself into a lock. And you keep going and going all the way down through your pile here. And if it starts to feel like there's a thin spot, that's what this extra hair here is for. You can just add it right on in. And you want to get it fairly tight, but not too tight. It just has to be tight enough so that everything can hold together. Because over time, as it's washed and dried and roughed around, it will actually lock just like a regular dreadlock. It'll start maturing. And just so you know, that same process, so I can show you a little maybe up close. Put the hook all the way through, and I'm pulling it out, and I'm going back in, and I'm pulling it out, and as I'm doing that, I'm twisting the rest of the hair around. And if it starts to get too tight, like I said, you just go up and down a few times to lock in where you're at, and then gently take that hook out and go to a different place and continue on until you start to get this tightening. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that all the way down, and I'll probably fast forward this little spot for you and pause it at any interesting spot that I might think you need to know. One thing to note is that I am doing an upward motion to pull the hair from down and pull it up in the same way that it would actually dread and lock naturally. So as you go in and pull out, you're actually also pulling up just a little bit. Every now and then you will need to kind of untwist because your hair will start to get a twist in it, so you'll need to straighten that out at least a little bit. As you can see, we're already starting to get a nice little lock formed, and we still have plenty of hair to go. So I'm going to continue doing more of it. I'm going to continue going on, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when I get finished. And unless there's any notable point for me to stop and show you something, it's going great. And this one's going to be a nice one. I'm glad I'm going to get 2 of these. Yay. All right, I'll show you in just a little bit. Okay, I have finished the second lock extension of my son's hair, and I left this nice little curl of his on the end, so I hope that that stays pretty good for a while. These are strong. They go together really well, even though they're different lengths of hair. That's going nowhere. And it's ready to be palm rolled and installed. So like I said before, you can go through and pull in any little fuzzies that are really bothering you, but I really wouldn't recommend just trimming them off. I'd just let them kind of go into their thing naturally. And if you'll notice, I left lots of hair on the tops so that they could be attached. And just do the little sea salt spray for it. I also used up almost every bit of that ball of hair that I had additional weaving in to, make sure there weren't any weak spots, thin spots, or anything like that. And this is all I have left. So just spritz that down with your sea salt spray and give it a good palm rolling and let that dry. And that's it. If you want to know how to install them, stay tuned, and I'll show you how to do that too, because I'll probably install both of these pretty soon. Quite pleased with how they turned out, and they're nice and long, so they should be some good additions. And a little bit of my son. All right, thanks guys.